matchup between the Seattle Seahawks and the Washington Redskins. The bye weeks are over. It's all about football all the time as we're underway here in Week 13. Fielded about a yard deep. And he'll be brought down at the 23, make it the 24-yard line.
The Seahawks take over first and 10 at their own 24-yard line.
Right, 380. 52. 52 is the mic. Let's go.
This is the Oklahoma State alum, Chris Carson. He'll wind up getting a yard on the game's first play. It's second down.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run.
Tackles.
From the shotgun, Wilson. He'll have a first down past the 40. And he'll get this all the way up to the 42-yard line. 16 yards, a first down.
They've got good playmakers on the offensive side of the ball. I don't know what happened last week to really hurt their performance and hold down their production, but I would dare say that this week in practice, there's a lot of talk about how they're going to increase their proficiency.
And that was a good start getting the playmakers involved. You mentioned that to me pregame. That's what they did there.
Yeah, I think a lot of people think the coaching staff really gets on them, and that's how they motivate them. Most of these guys are self-motivated. They have a lot of pride in their performance.
In Washington territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 46. This one into the hands of Metcalf. No gain there on the completion. 2nd and 10.
Well, that was a simple throw and catch, but even with that completion, 0 yards gained, so they're behind schedule on down and distance.
I think they were hoping to get it to him. He could make a man or two miss, but that window closed quickly. Throwing on 2nd down. Wilson. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on. 3rd down.
Chances are good he's going to be a very busy guy. 2 catches already in this opening drive, and they were looking his way for a 3rd.
I think they put this defense on notice that could be a really, really frequent combination. On 3rd down, Wilson. He's able to find Wallace. And he gets this only to the 41. Not near enough for the first. Just a 5-yard pickup, and it leads to 4th down. So on is Jason Myers. He's hit from as long as 58 in his career. So this will be spotted on the midfield logo. It's a 58-yard attempt. He's got the distance, but it's no good. Wide to the right, and this will remain a scoreless game. Well, that opening drive looked good for a moment there, but they'll wind up being turned away thanks to the missed field goal.
And those especially hurt when you come into a game on the road. You're trying to get things to go your way early, and now you suffer a setback right out of the gate.
Two sides to every coin. This is the bad side of missing the 58-yarder. Now they start at the 48. A little jet sweep to start the drive. And he's up across midfield and down into Seattle territory. Give him a couple on the carry there. 2nd and 8.
2 yards on the pickup. It's 2nd and 8. On the Seahawks, 49-yard line.
Mike's 54. Mike's 54. Right there. 54. Right there. 54 Mike.
Off the play fake. Here's Haskins. Blitz coming, and down he goes. Shaquem Griffin, he was relentless there as he hits home for the sack.
And we talk about players blitzing all the time. I often laugh and sometimes call it just straight-ahead pursuit. What a running start right back to the backfield for him.
Yeah, it really didn't give anybody a chance to get up there and stop him.
No, I mean, that's really, really difficult. You're asking a whole lot anyway, but when he gets that kind of a start and comes...
And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off by Brad McDougal. And he'll get this one out to the 50 to the midfield stripe. Well, not a good omen there. His first throw of the afternoon, intercepted.
And I know what the fans are thinking right now. I hope there's not negative thoughts in his head going forward since that's his first throw of the game. But one of the things I remember about him coming out of school is he's able to wipe things away pretty easily and move on.
They'll run on first down. It's Carson. He'll be taken down at the 48 for a pickup of 2 yards. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be second down. From just shy of midfield, Wilson. And a big loss here as he's taken down. The safety blitz works perfectly that time for Landon Collins. These strong safeties, some people may not realize it. It's really like an extra linebacker, right?
It really is because they're hybrids. Half linebacker, half defensive back. The linebacker in him on that play emerged.
Wilson and the Seahawks looking for something big following the sack. It's third and long here.
Hey, 0-0-0.
Out of the gun, here's Wilson. And the throw there going to be incomplete. And this passing game's whole offense really didn't show up in the loss last week, and it hasn't started all that great here either.
Yeah, and they can't let that incompletion become an uh-oh moment. Like, oh boy, here we go again, just like last week. Each game is its own entity, treated as such.
And a little too much mustard on that one. It hits a couple yards into the end zone. A missed opportunity there maybe to pin them back. The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll. And still a lot of football to be played in this season. We're only in November. A lot can happen between now and January. But if it ended today, they would just be on the outside of the playoff picture looking in. So a lot to fight for.
Yeah, and wasn't it interesting in our meeting with the coaching staff that they all made sure to let us know, we know where we are right now, but the playoffs don't start tomorrow. We still got some time, and they plan on putting it together, formulating a streak, got the whole month of December still left to play. They think they can get in.
And they made it very obvious to us that there's no playoff talk in the locker room right now. It's win this game and look to next week.
Excellent focus.
Now after the run by Geis, here's 1st and 10.
Hey, keep it up, keep it up. 36, 36.
Now a handoff here to his running back. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 12 yards is the pickup, and it's good for a Washington first down. That's his longest run of the first quarter. And, Charles, we talked before the game about them needing to establish the run game. They'll be looking for more of that.
And they got to the perimeter. So that tells me that that's part of the game plan of what they want to get done today. So they'll have some complementary runs where he'll run it to the inside. But it appears that when they want the big yardage, they think they can get to the outside and make it happen.
This is Geis. And a good burst there gets him 7 up to midfield.
And when you get good yardage like that on first down, it really does a whole lot of good for your entire offense. But I love the way he's finishing those runs. At the end of things, he's making sure he gets just a little bit extra.
A good run got 7 on first. Here's 2nd and 3.
Oh, here we go. Oh. Switch it, switch it, switch it. Come on, switch it.
On the ground, it's Geis. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage on the play back at the 46. That second down play nets a -4. Third down. Here's Haskins. That's complete to his tight end, Sprinkle. And he goes out of bounds. It looks like right at the 50. They stop him for only 3 that time, and that'll bring up 4th down.
It's 4th down.
And Jay Gruden says, let's go for this thing. They're going to try it here on fourth.
I got it. 54's Mike. 54's Mike.
Fourth down, here's Haskins. And this is incomplete. So certainly an interesting call there to go for it. And this defense will take over right at midfield. Good starting field position here for the Seahawks as they come up 1st and 10. From midfield now, here's Wilson. That's complete into the hands of Carson. And some space here. A big play there on the catch and run. 45 yards. Not really any offense for them to speak of here in this first half. Maybe that's what they needed, that big play.
Yeah, and it seems that maybe everything changes right there. They've been a little slow out of the gate. We've seen that. But that one big play, that could spark a big burst right here.
An inaugural trip to the red zone here for the Seahawks. They've got a 1st and goal just inside the 5. And this is going to result in losing yardage. They're driven back to the 8-yard line. It's a loss of 4 on the first down play. Bear in mind, that wasn't a big lineman back there for the tackle for loss. That was a cornerback.
So are you saying the myth has been shattered? That all of them are not just cover corners? Some of them actually will stick their nose in and tackle when necessary? That's what we just saw, isn't it?
And boy, this Redskin defense charged up now. They stop him behind the line again. This will be a loss of 3, and now a much tougher 3rd down looming. A big play to start the drive got him in this position, but this defense has held firm since, and now it's 3rd and goal. From the gun, it's Wilson. Buying time to his left. He opted to go with a scramble, gets 2 yards, and now it's 4th.
Well, partner, nothing comes open here, so he decides to escape out of there, and he doesn't pick up a first down, but he does gain additional yardage to set up a possible field goal attempt if they decide to go that route.
Been a bit of a dogfight thus far into the second quarter now, and we do have our first points, a field goal.
Yeah, a lot of people say, wow, first action on the scoreboard, about time. To me, the action's been right there on the field, trying to figure out who could gain an advantage, gain some field position, finally get points on the board. I'm loving this kind of game.
And feels like kickers might play a big role in this one.
Yes, make sure you give them the respect they deserve. They could cost you a game or win you one.
Out there ready for this next drive, the Redskins offense. And on that last drive, went for it on 4th, turned it over. A good job by their defense, though. They held them to 3, but this offense, they've got to be a little bit better, a little bit more careful here.
And sometimes when you see these calls on 4th down, when they decide to go for it, it's not necessarily the coach saying, I believe in my offense. Sometimes the coach saying, I believe in my defense. I can afford to go for it here, because if we don't get it, I don't think we'll give up more than 3, and that's exactly what happened there.
That factored in. And that is caught. Touchdown, Washington. A big play there. His 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Redskins have taken the lead. Hopkins with the extra point, and that makes it a 7-3 lead. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And to be frank, they're just in a tough spot. It's only November, already eliminated from playoff contention. I know they're fans. And the Redskins do get to him. He goes down for a sack. Off the edge, the sack by Matt Ioannidis.
Brandon, if I'm an offensive coordinator and I see an all-out rush like that, I file it away because I'm going to use their aggressiveness against them as this game goes on. I'm going to hit them with a screen soon.
So after the sack, they'll come up on a still manageable 2nd and 13. Here's Wilson to throw. And he's going to go down again. Matt Ioannidis able to get in there for his 2nd sack of the afternoon.
Okay, let's go back a little bit and see if my schooling comes to the front. What's that old saying? Those who forget the lessons of history are doomed to repeat them. That's the same guy who's gotten back-to-back sacks. I think a double team may be in order.
Wilson of the Seahawks looking for something big following the sack. It's 3rd and long here. Flush to his right. And the pressure gets to him again. 1:58 left to play till we hit halftime. And we remind you, coming up at the half, we'll join who, Charles?
The coach.
The coach, Jonathan Coachman, standing by in Orlando. He'll have stats and scores from games in progress, as well as scores from earlier today.
The coach.
Right, we get slap happy up here sometimes. So possession goes over here on the punt. And it'll be Redskins football now with a 1st and 10. The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll. Things progressing to plan so far. Their defense has been solid, and they've got themselves a 7-0 lead after the touchdown the last time they had the ball.
And this is no time to even think about, hey, are we going to milk the clock? Hey, are we just going to do ball control? This is the NFL. 7-0 leads, they don't last very long unless you continue to push the envelope on offense.
Geis with the carry on 2nd down. And he'll take this one across the 45 up to about the 46-yard line. 3 yards is half of what they needed. Now can they get the other 3 here on 3rd down?
3rd and 3.
Creeping up on a minute to play in this first half.
54. And we're pretty quiet, D. We're pretty quiet. Yeah. Rush in. Rush in. Off.
Haskins on 3rd down. And able to catch it on the left sideline, but they're going to rule him out of bounds. So it'll be incomplete. Certainly one they'd like to have back as it brings up 4th down. So on 4th down, the Redskins will call on Febrezey to punt it away. Back deep for the Seahawks, Tyler Lockett. He was only asked to punt once in the victory last week as he sends this one away. So they'll play the field position game here as a very nice punt is going to pin them back.
Yeah, it's almost like watching a game of tennis, or do you prefer ping pong? You know, back and forth like that? But it definitely was excellent, wasn't it?
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. Well, what's the plan of attack here? Very late 2nd quarter, and look where the ball is.
Yeah, bad spot for you. But the defense has all 3 timeouts. So what you're telling your team is ball security number 1. It's not all on the running backs if you decide to run the football. That offensive line has got to protect them and wedge out some space because you can't just kneel. They take 3 timeouts. You're going to get the ball back in good field position with a chance to put points on the board. You got to try and get a 1st down and run out this first half.
They try to throw on 2nd down, but this one is incomplete.
With a dime look on defense, 2 extra defensive backs on the field and covered up essentially every blade of grass. That allowed them to disrupt the play.
Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. Operating from the gun, Wilson. And a nice job there defensively to contain him and get him to the ground a few yards short of the 1st down marker. The Redskins now going to use the first of their 3 timeouts as they stop it with 19 seconds to go in half number 1. Now here's Michael Dixon as he's on to punt for Seattle. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. And a fair catch taken back near about the 35, 36-yard line. So a change of possession here on the punt. And control of the football switching hands with very little time remaining until the half. Out there ready for this next drive, the Redskins offense. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
Now Haskins on first down. That's going to be caught by Richardson. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. Now here's a timeout as they're going to get it with 8 seconds remaining here in the first half.
First and 10 at the 47-yard line.
On first down, it's Haskins. Looking for McLaurin, and he's got him. And he's able to get this to the 40-yard line before he's out of bounds. Give the Redskins 13 there on a first down.
That's another Washington Redskins first down. First and 10 at the 40-yard line.
Trying to get one more in here before the quarter breaks.
Bandit. Mama. 55. Check. 55. Mike. Ain't no zoom. We taking wins home. Let's go.
Final play of the half. It's Haskins. And he's going to go down. Couldn't get a throw off with the pressure. Maybe that was for the best, as that brings us to the end of this first half of play. So we've reached halftime here in D.C. in our nation's capital with a home team, the Redskins, on top. As we'll get you down the coast to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach, the Redskins in a good spot. They've got the lead. They will get the football as the second half gets underway. Fielded about a yard deep. And he's able to get it across the 20, but not by much, as he's marked down at the 21-yard line. Out there ready for this next drive, the Redskins offense. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking for some separation here as we begin the third quarter.
I like the way you term that, because now I think they go a little bit deeper into their play ball. They like what they did in the first half. That worked okay. But in order to get the separation that you just talked about, change things up a little bit. Change your tendencies. Try and hit them a little bit more with some things they didn't see in the first half.
We'll see if they do just that. Haskins looking to throw on first down. Stepping up, he's going to keep it. He'll wind up getting right about 4 there on the scramble, and it's second down.
He's brought down at the 37-yard line. 4 yards on the pickup. Second down.
Looking to throw again on second down. Haskins, and he finds the tight end, Reed. And a 6-yard gain gets him right around the 43. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a third down. That's a staple of this offense. Drag route to the tight end.
Yeah, he's unable to use his size to break off much more yardage after the catch, but still an effective gain nonetheless.
Now P-Ryan. And he won't be close to a first down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. No gain there on the play, and that's going to leave him with a fourth down. And it is incomplete. Boy, a curious decision to go for it. Doesn't pan out. And the Seahawks, they'll get the football back in outstanding field position. They'll try and get the run game going. This is Penny, and he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. Another example right there how this defense really is winning the entire game at the point of attack.
Yeah, right there at the line of scrimmage because they are dominating it. It allows their interior guys to get upfield and spill into the backfield. So how are you going to combat that? You know, people say bring in your tight end, keep him in. Your running backs, they have to step forward. Bottom line, your offensive line has to block them first to give yourself a chance.
Now on 2nd and 13. Wilson. This complete to Lockett. And past the 35, he'll be dropped a yard or two shy of the 30. Give him 14 on that one and a first down. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. They run it with Carson. And he went nowhere. Well, he went backwards, back to the 33. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be 2nd down. On 2nd and 12, Wilson escaping the pressure right. He'll get the first down and more inside the 20. That one good for a first down pickup of 18 yards.
As a general rule, offensive linemen like to know where their quarterback's going to be when he's setting up to throw the football. But sometimes they just have to get on the run, get on the move. He was able to do that on that play and picks up a first down with a nice throw.
On first down, Carson. And he's able to get this inside the 10 now to the 9. A solid run on first down. Gain of 7 leaves him with a 2nd and 3.
Well, no matter how they phrase it, staying on schedule, staying ahead of the sticks, whatever you want to call it, 7 yards on first down, that fits the bill.
They run again with Carson. And this play doesn't go anywhere. Backwards, losing yardage to the 11. The 2nd down play results in a loss of 2 yards. Here's Wilson.
Unfortunately for you, you've been around me for a little while now, so you know me as well as anyone and how I look at a game. I don't ever advocate abandoning anything, but in this case, I'm going against my own thought process. You got to change it up. You got to start throwing it around a little bit, finding ways to try and move the ball because keeping on the ground just isn't working for them.
Yeah, maybe get him the ball out of the passing game, a swing pass outside or something, just something to vary it up. So a decent drive there to start the 3rd quarter. They only salvaged 3 out of it, but they inch a bit closer.
Yeah, but still lots of time to go in this one. That's why you hear that clapping on the sidelines, right? Hey, got some points. As you said, inching their way back in. Time left to go out and get that victory.
The Redskins take over 1st and 10 at their own 24-yard line.
The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll. And last time we saw them go for it in kind of an unusual situation. It's not like it's a 4th quarter do or die. They went for it, didn't get it. We'll see how that affects them this go around.
Partner, I'm wondering if we're starting to see the effects of analytics coming into play here, where people are studying the number of possessions, how many times you should go for it, what position it leaves your team in. Maybe we're starting to see a little bit of that creeping into the NFL game.
Yeah, I think we've seen it in other sports, maybe into the NFL now as well. On 1st and 10, it's Haskins. And the Seahawk defense gets to him, and they bring him down. After the sack, it's 2nd and 19, and the road gets a bit tougher from here. Now it's Haskins. Under pressure again, and down he goes again.
We are seeing 2 really confident defenses imposing their will on these offenses in this game.
Yeah, absolutely, going toe for toe. Just curious if one of these offenses can wake up a little bit.
Is there any way they can find something that can pop, something big to knock them back on their heels?
Check 42's the mic. Check 42's the mic.
Now Haskins, 3rd and long. And he's going to go down. Back at his own 5-yard line, it's a sack. Here's Tressway now, as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. Back now at FedEx Field, and we've got a dandy here. A 1-point game as we begin the 4th. Here's Tressway now, as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. 46 on his first kick, this one in that neighborhood as well. Now it's Lockett. Give him 11 yards that time on the return. And it'll be Seahawk football, 1st and 10.
At their own 48-yard line.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy.
It's a balancing act, isn't it? Because you're exactly right. They're none too pleased that they didn't punch it in for 6 points. But they also have to remember they did put points on the board.
3 points is 3 points.
And in this league, you take points when you can get them. Not easily done.
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7.
Check. Check. Hot route. Go.
Wilson after the play fake to Carson. Got his man there. It's Wallace complete. And he'll be brought down, it looks like right at the 40. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a 1st down.
What I love about watching the passing game nowadays is that the one-dimensional receiver is really starting to leave the game. You've got to be able to do it all. Of course, you got to run fast. Of course, you got to catch the ball. But route running savvy and toughness, there's a premium for all of that now.
And they're going to get him behind the line yet again as his nightmare afternoon continues.
He continues to struggle to find a crease to break off a big one and might need to just put that aside and just try and ram his way forward and get what he can.
The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6.
Good.
And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. 19 yards to pick up there. Move the chains.
Well, that play looks familiar because we saw them working on it in practice this week. And for a lineman trying to block on this play, they love when they get the defense moving in one direction. And when they try and change directions, it's a lot easier to pick them up and ward them off.
We saw a number of good games earlier today. This one might top all of those. It's been a dandy as we come up on 1st and 10. And he'll get about 3 as he's taken down at the 14-yard line.
Tough day, tough sledding right there, and it's been that way the entire game. Not a whole lot of room to ramble for him.
Yeah, you're right. It's been that way all afternoon. Didn't get a whole lot better there. And he's going to be brought down just shy of the 5 at the 6. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a 1st down.
Well, partner, I know this type of running back. I mean, this size, this intensity usually gets better as the game goes on. I can just tell you from experience, the first few quarters, oh, you're eager. You come running up there. I'm going to tackle this guy. By the 4th quarter, you're coming up and thinking about it.
And D-line wearing down 4th quarter. Yeah, that's not a guy they want to see consistently. And this has been a familiar sight all afternoon as they stop him behind the line. The Redskins now going to use the first of their 3 timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. It's 2nd and goal, back to the 8-yard line now. And he probably should have given that one off as he's going to get hit and taken down behind the line. It's a loss of 2, now 3rd down. Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
On 3rd down, it's Carson. And they go the wrong way on this one. Losing yardage back at the 12. Call it a loss of 2 on the play. And that'll bring up 4th down. And his defense here going to burn their 2nd timeout. But you can also factor in another timeout that they'll get when the clock stops at the 2-minute warning. So on 4th down, out trots the kicker in a big spot here. And Myers able to knock it through. And they jump back in front here. It's 9-7. So the drive here ends with a field goal. It does give them the lead, but this one's still certainly a long ways from over.
It definitely puts a lot of pressure on your defense to hold the lead, right? They're happy to have it and happy to be out there trying to do so. But I know as a former player, in the back of their mind, they're thinking, why don't you score the touchdown and seal this thing?
Out there ready for this next drive, the Redskins offense. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here.
Brings up 2nd and 3 at the 32-yard line.
Again, a run with Thompson. And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. Inside of 2 minutes remaining in a 2-point ball game. So it's Redskin football here as we welcome you back. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. Now a fake on the give here as they try to run pass option. No gain there on the completion. 2nd and 10.
No gain on the play. Brings up 2nd and 10.
He'll look to throw. He's got it complete to Thompson.
It didn't check off every box, but the most important one. Got the clock stopped, getting out of bounds. They may be a little short of the first down, but I thought that was the key.
The Redskins on 3rd down. A pretty woeful 0 for 5 thus far. This is 3rd and 4. Now a fake on the give here as they try to run pass option. And able to rip off a big chunk of yardage before being dropped inside the 40. It's a gain of 20 and picking up the first. They'll run on 1st down. Thompson. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8. Now the Seahawks going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play. The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. Now a fake on the give here as they try to run pass option. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 37-yard line. It'll be a loss of 1, and it'll be 3rd down. Now it's Haskins. Flushed out right. And he can't get a throw away. He's taken down. 1 score down. Here we go. They're going to go for it here on 4th down. They'll try and throw forward with Haskins. That'll be incomplete as the clock will stop with 14 seconds remaining. They had to go for it with such little time remaining, and that'll be just about all she wrote for this one. Good starting field position for them here as they come up 1st and 10. The Seahawks in victory formation as they go ahead and take the knee. Well, we looked at each other right when he flinched. We knew that that flag was coming.
Yeah, offsides, easy call, mark off the 5, and keep it moving.
A boost here to start the drive. After the penalty, it's 1st and 5. The Seahawks in victory formation as they go ahead and take the knee. Well, Charles, the old saying, the old cliche, if you will, points at a premium, that certainly applied here, didn't it?
And that almost felt like open up a time capsule, didn't it? Old school football, low scoring, close game. What a way to finish it up.
You loved it, didn't you?
I
You loved the defenses.
I certainly did. Brought back the images of the game of old.
So for the Seahawks, the playoffs may be out of reach, but the win gets them to 4-8 on the year. And they will head back home next week. Meanwhile, for Washington, they fall to 6-6 now on the campaign. And they'll try to rebound next week as they head to Glendale to take on the Cardinals.